Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes. I can bring you an alarm. Or I can bring you one cold.
This is Justin.
The Force will be with you.
This is Josh.
This is Kyle.
This is Maggie.
And we are the Outer Rim Beacon.
Happy Friday night, everybody. Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Outer Rim Beacon Friday night live stream talking about Book of Boba Fett. We had episode 4, The Gathering Storm, on this week. So that's what we're going to be chatting about tonight, and probably a few other things. So grab either a cold frothy beverage or a hot cup of caf or just water, and sit back, relax, and talk some Star Wars with us. We are excited to have you here. My name is Justin. I'm one of your hosts. Joining me, as always, on Friday night are my very special co-hosts.
This is Josh, and just like a dad, Justin wore the band's t-shirt to the concert.
This is the lovely green shade.
This is Kyle, and I'm just glad Josh actually said something after his name, because for the last few weeks he's just gone, "This is Josh," and sat there in silence. And I
did it once.
I felt like Ricky Bobby when he's getting interviewed. I didn't know what to do with my hands. Very uncomfortable.
And this is Maggie, who is just here for the Bonic content.
Nice.
As always.
And as we told you guys, and as we told you guys before we dove back into the live streams, we're going to have special guests every week. Joining us this week is the very lovely and talented Noor Hall. She is joining us. Where are you right now, Noor?
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm in Houston.
Houston. Okay. Is it warm down there? Because it is cold here. It's freezing.
No, it's crazy weather, but right now we're close to the low 30s. No.
Oh, wow.
Man, we've been in like the singles here.
Yeah,
it's a little chilly. So, well, hope everybody's doing okay out there. Hope you're staying safe, staying healthy. Before we dive too much into this, I just wanted to just say big shout, like rest in peace to, we lost two very special people today. Louis Anderson. And if you guys grew up with Louis Anderson comedy, at the time he was a very clean comedian when he was growing up. We get that with Jim Gaffigan now with a lot of the clean comedy. Louis Anderson was like that when he was younger doing stand-up, but he was in a ton of stuff that I grew up with. And then we also lost Meatloaf. Didn't see that coming. That sucks. Yeah. Meatloaf, dude, he was in a ton of acting stuff too. He was in the Tenacious D movie. He was in Fight Club, Spice World.
Did Josh say Spice? Of course he did.
I did.
Yeah. And then of course Rocky Horror Picture Show. All right, I have to ask this question because I don't know about your guys' upbringing. Has anybody ever here been to a live Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, it's crazy. If you have not been, it is one of the most fun things to do on a Friday or Saturday night when you go. And it's been ages since I've been to one. It was high school when was the last time I've been to one. So, but they are a lot of fun. It's a cool movie, fun movie, but rest in peace to Louis Anderson and Meatloaf.
Called out.
Yeah.
I can't have seasonal allergies or cold or something. Jeez.
Yeah. I have,
we should clarify that was Meatloaf, the rock star /
not Meatloaf,
actor, not
your
Meatloaf,
friend. No,
that would be terrible.
And I believe our Meatloaf is one word, and that Meatloaf was two words. So just I'll clarify that. So week, yes, I don't have a voice. I couldn't hear for most of the week. I had an ear infection. So let me tell you how fun that's been. When you have a toddler, you get a bunch of unknown diseases coming into your house like all the time. So fun experiences of daycare. So but doing much better than what I was earlier this week though. So
we've had so many losses so far in 2022. We also lost one of my
Bob
favorite
Saget.
actors. We lost one of my favorite actors on, I guess it was Wednesday morning. Gaspard Ulliel was a French actor. He's only 38. He's going to be in Moon Knight. That's coming out in March.
It was like 2 days after that trailer dropped too. And it was terrible.
Yeah, and I've been a fan of his for like 20 years. That was rough.
Yeah, and then we lost Bob Saget last week,
Really rough.
and then Betty White.
Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier. It's been
Sidney
a
Poitier.
hard 2022 so far.
How wild it is to work in news and like have to edit the obituaries for actors that you love. It is a weird thing to experience.
Imagine.
Because Bob Saget came right at the end of my my shift, and I was like, "Oh, this is terrible."
Yeah, everybody, make sure you stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves.
Tell people you love them.
All the time. You should be doing that all the time because it's important. But
yeah, I saw a news article about like Dave Chappelle didn't text Bob Saget back, and now he regrets it or something along those lines. And I was like, you gotta let people know.
Yeah. See, and I think that meatloaf was important to this meatloaf, and
the two meatloafs actually met in October.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
City Comic-Con,
just in time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was good. It's good you got an opportunity to do that, man. It's definitely a cool thing when we get to
feel good Friday night content. Everybody tunes in for here.
Sorry, not to bring the mood down, but I felt it was a little bit pertinent to discuss right in the beginning of the show.
My water.
So let's talk a little bit.
Let's grab a cocktail and talk about your beloved dead character actors.
Let's not talk about that dead Nikto biker gang for sure, because they got smoked. But
wait, can I say something about that since you already brought it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
In one breath, she's like, wait, a bunch of speeder bike riders took out a tribe of Tuscans. That doesn't add up. And he's like, yeah, I agree. That doesn't add up. But let's mow them down with the ship anyway, just to cover all the bases.
Well, because he knew they'd already killed some of them. So
yeah,
it was revenge one way or the other. But this was so satisfying.
I love
it. It was.
See it coming in the distance.
Yep.
We did anyway.
Just creeping up on them. Yeah.
Those speeder bikes don't appear to have rear view mirrors.
No. Yes. And they didn't really move much after he started shooting, they didn't scatter or anything. They just stayed on track, which was weird. But definitely a cool moment in the show. I was actually happy to see that, just because all these people that are basically saying, well, Boba Fett is not ruthless enough. He exacted revenge on that biker gang pretty ruthlessly. That is they're just out riding their bikes and he just guns them down with the fire spray. So.
Well, do they want him to just kill people for no reason? Is that like?
I guess BK did with that Trandoshan group in the bar, but
even that you can be like, that's like Hatfield and McCoy's. It's Trandoshans and Wookiees. They're just bad blood since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Do we think that was do you think we're gonna see Bosk? Like that was a setup for BK and Bosk not getting along?
Now they got to call in their big Trandoshan hitter, because the Trandoshans we've been seeing, they've been on the scrawny side. I gotta say.
I tell you what, Josh, on the last podcast we recorded in here, he's been dropping these nice little, I don't know what you want to call them, teasers, prediction things that actually make really, really good sense, and they're gold, 100% gold. If you didn't listen to the podcast, go check it out. It was good.
They didn't address it in the show, but presumably his arm will grow back. I mean, it was just
maybe
merely a flesh wound.
Very painful, also probably getting ripped off your body.
That's how the Trandoshans work. It's Master Skier got his arm chopped.
Yeah,
I thought it was so amusing how they did not explain the beef between Wookiees and Trandoshans for like casual fans. They just like rolled with it because like those of us who know way too much about Star Wars were like, yes, because there's beef between them. Yeah, they hunt Wookiees, and everyone else is like, why did he do that for? And it's like, oh,
he's a bad man.
Vicious.
A little drunk in the bar.
They laid a little bit of a clue at the beginning too, but you don't know for certain that it was a Wookiee pelt. Like we figured it out, but it's not like you see like a Wookiee face on the pelt or anything.
Right.
Yeah. So Nora, what were your overall, and normally what we do on Friday night is I'll lobby it over to you, to the guests to get their kind of first takes on the episode of Book of Boba Fett for the week. What was your overall impression of this episode? And maybe kind of how you're feeling about the series in general. We're now 4 episodes in. We've got 3 left. How are you feeling on the vibe of the show overall?
Well, so far, Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, I've been this episode. I truly enjoy it because I thought that the first three we didn't have as much Fennec chant as we should because she's great. And this episode, it was good to have the flashback of something we knew it happened, that Boba found Fennec and he's helped her, but we didn't know the particulars, right? So it was interesting to see how everything transpired, and I'm not sure if it seems like the flashbacks are done for so far, but it's gonna be interesting to see the events. Obviously, there have been hits and misses, as you guys been discussing the last few weeks. That chapter 2 was fantastic. Chapter 3 had some really misses, storytelling speaking. But I think it's going to be interesting where the series is going to. Well, this season, even if it's just one season series, where it's going to go from here, from what we know. And even so, I think that we're still gonna have some surprises, hopefully. But so far, I've been enjoying it. The character development of Boba and Fennec as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we know we're 4 in, we're 2 out now from whatever this episode is that Tem was teasing the other day. Said, "Oh, if you think that's great, wait till you see episode 6." Yeah, and we've got crazy speculations rolling around in our heads on that. Yeah, you're right. I think the third episode last week kind of for some people fell a little bit short, right? And we're like, okay, it was not my favorite. It was not my favorite, but this weekend or this week's episode kind of struck back and said, all right, now we're going to get back more into a little bit of that Fennec Boba relationship, but also you're going to see kind of an angry side of Boba Fett, right? He's tired of, I think, getting the disrespect from people, and he's like, no, it's about time to assert myself and gain respect in this episode. Maggie, what were your thoughts kind of on Boba's leadership style amongst the other gangs, or what do we want to call them, the other groups in most can't talk most Espa?
I don't know. I think that it's really interesting that he's taking a somewhat lackadaisical approach to leading as a whole. He seems very green, very naive. And I know a lot of people were kind of hoping this would be like his Godfather moment where he like invites everybody over. And then since they're sitting on top of the grate, dropping them into the Rancor to like make a point. But that would have completely undermined how Boba Fett is trying to rule and how he's trying to make things work. It's very clear that he's been gypped and mistreated by the people who have hired him in the past, and he's hoping to kind of use that energy to compel other people to work with him and be like, if we all work together against these people, we're all benefit in the end. Basically, he says everybody should unionize. And I think it's interesting.
That's just good advice.
It's great advice. I think it's an interesting route that he is taking, and I think ultimately it could really pay off. I do think it's interesting how Fennec seems to be the mouthpiece very often. That she's the one kind of giving the heavy monologues about how this is going to go, and I kind of like that she's playing the bad cop to the good cop kind of scenario with him. But I do hope that there is a point where Fennec can be like, hey, this is not working the way you think it's going to work. You really need to.
There she is. She's
sorry.
No, it's okay.
With my computer.
Technical difficulties happen. It's okay. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So do you think Boba's being maybe lackadaisical in the leadership, or do you think he's already like cool, calm, calculated, and ahead of whatever these other groups are doing? Like he's no, I already know their decisions. This is how it's going to play out.
I think that he's never been in this position before. And I think if you look at Boba Fett's character, especially since the flashbacks seem to drill it home, that he he's still like a little boy. He's the kid that got left behind when his dad went out and did things. Like he didn't really have a lot of time with his dad, and to have that like foundational like training for how to work things, like he's really just fallen upwards. It seems like with being a really good bounty hunter, like he stuck to himself, did his thing, did the job. And I don't think, even though he's been adjacent to power, I don't think that he has really gleaned the skills necessary for being a leader. We see time and time again that it doesn't work out for him. Mm-hmm. And, you know, as much as I dislike what they did with the Tuscan plot, even that giving people the tools to defend themselves doesn't protect them from bad people. Like you have to see the follow through and see that, hey, if I beat these people up, they're going to come back and they're going to take revenge against these people, and no amount of weapons is going to protect them. And I think there's an element of that even with his leadership. And you know, some people might be like, oh, this is like, it's bad storytelling or something like that, but it's not for his character, because it's a flaw, and that's a good thing. Flawed characters make for really good storytelling, and it makes all of us want to be like, Boba, what are you doing? Like, why do you not see the follow through of this not working? And so it's kind of, I think, indicative of how the Mandalorians, at least post Clone Wars, are very isolated and very insular, and they don't really seem to know how to navigate in the world. It's very similar in the way that Den was really green about things and very unaware of how life works. And so I think we're getting a front row seat to Boba getting a rude awakening. Rude awakening for how being a leader actually works. People get hurt, you have casualties, you make big mistakes, and there comes with a price attached to that.
I didn't like how he didn't try to negotiate at all. He was just like, let's all work together. And they were like, I don't think so. And he's like, okay, I'll do it myself. And I was like, that's it? Like, you're not even going to try to negotiate? Okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're bad at this. And Fennec's over there like...
It's just like...
And I think that was his rub, right? Was that, okay, fine, if you're not going to help me, then you need to stay out of it on both sides. And that's the deal he got.
Oh, that's in their blood. That's like their number one thing. Drama.
Dramatic.
But he's like, no, if you're not going to help me, then you need to stay out of it, not just on my side, but on their side too. So if they come to you and ask for help when I'm kicking their butt, then you need to stay out of it and not help them.
He believes them.
He does. And I think
Fennec's like, well, okay.
He's putting a lot of trust in people he barely knows to come to his aid, or to stay out of the business. And he made a point. He's like, well, the same thing as the Hutts, right? Blood is bad for business. So if they jump in, one of the other groups is going to jump in and go, hey, well, you're just helping them because eventually you're going to help the Pikes muscle out our territory. So I think that's where you're going to get this giant, cluster of groups fighting, or they all stay out. They keep their word and they stay out. Go ahead, Kyle.
I think that's his main, his big mistake is that he's trusting everybody to have a little bit of good faith. Like they're actually going to do the things that they say. So if he is able to, which he believes, if we're prepared and I call in my buddies and we can stand up to these people, but he just trusts everybody to see things logically and stick by their word the way he would, which is not the case. These are criminals. They're just going to do whatever serves them best in that moment. And until he learns that lesson, I think he's going to keep making, ill-advised decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'll be interesting because their backup is what? Mando? One dude.
I'm wondering, is he going to bring the Night Owls with him? Is their army can't be one person, right?
Oh my God.
Do you think though that Bo-Katan's going to just be hanging out with Din while he has the Darksaber and not engaging him in battle?
They were together last we saw them. I don't know who else he would be with is the thing, are they just is there hey, we've got to go up against an army of Pikes. You know what? One more dude. That'll do it. I can imagine.
Din is in therapy right now.
Yeah, he's crying.
He's in
one guy who lost his lady friend in one season and then his
kid,
adopted child the next.
In his
He
ship.
is
And his
not
ship.
on top of his game. Yeah.
He's just sitting somewhere like.
I mean,
so
at least
He
sad.
became an unwitting ruler of a people he
Dead.
doesn't know anything about.
Here, I don't want it. You take it.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Say he
no,
lost
that
his-
can't
He kind
happen.
of lost his people too.
I
you
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Culver is. Yeah. He's not been having a good time.
No.
lately.
No.
All I know is we got that musical cue, and I know everyone did this.
Yo, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. It's gonna be grief.
Well, they did it twice, right?
Well, one was like, "Hey, this is something that happened in the episode," and that was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything."
Uh-huh.
I mean, it means something for that moment.
That's
but it
just so you
doesn't mean
know
anything
that's
in the
what's going
forward.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tab's like, "Do you think he's going to be in the next episode?" I was like, "Well, yeah, that's they wouldn't."
Dadoy, that was
They
the whole
wouldn't play his
thing.
theme
Yeah.
if, you know, if we weren't going to get this, we're not going to hear that theme, you know. So
Yeah.
Mm.
The question is, who's going to be with him? That's my thing.
Oh my god.
How's he gonna get there?
Yeah,
Maybe
he doesn't have a
shit.
ship.
Yeah, he's
Like,
hitchhiking
he's got
at
no-
this point.
Like, he's borrowing Bo's ship, I guess, and said,
Oh.
"Hey,
Hey, Bo,
I
can you take
promise
me
I'll
to
bring it
Qatar?"
back." Yeah.
does the
what
ship come with the sword?
Yeah. I have the sword, so I
All
can
the
just take
ships
whatever I
come
want
with
now,
it.
right? Can I have your ship, please? Like, yeah. So Nor, what do you think about, like, I think Josh just hit on it, the tie-ins, not just with the music, but some of these tie-ins with the clips that we're seeing with characters like Pelly last week with her pit droids. This week we had you could see the flares that shot up when Din and Dorito Callahan or whatever his name was were like
Dorito,
flying
give
out
me
there,
a
right?
break.
When they were going out to get him and he
Han
sees
Solo.
those flares, are you digging the tie-ins to Mando, or would you prefer that like Boba be its like own separate entity and not kind of tie in to the other one?
No, I mean, I'm loving it because, well, to begin with, we had this show. We were introduced to this show from The Mandalorian, right? From season 1 and season 2. So it is understandable that if we're going through these flashbacks on Boba, how Boba found Fennec, we had some tie-ins or some visual cues like, oh, yeah, that's the flare, and those are the events. That's Pelimoto. Those are the helmets. So I liked it because I think it's like we are in the same universe, to say it in some way, or the same period. Let's call it that way. To that we are in. It makes sense because we're gonna see, or we probably see, hopefully, Dan and perhaps some other characters we have found due to the Mandalorian. So no, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you're spot on. It's a big Star Wars world, but everything is kind of small and intertwined, and it wraps with each other in the stories that we've got. So I think we all agree we're loving the tie-ins and things like that.
I love the tie-ins.
and seeing how they work together. So
It's a spin-off show. It should reference the main line, right?
Yeah.
Mandalorian 2.5.
Mando 2.5.
Yeah.
I did notice though, I had to go back and watch because I watched the scene where Boba walks up to Fennec when he finds her in the desert after she's been shot in the stomach. I watched that scene, and then I went back to Mando and I watched that episode with Toro Callahan,
Dorito.
Tommy Callahan from
Toro.
Jeez.
Auto Parts. When he shoots Fennec, right? I watched those two scenes actually back to back. I went and flipped. The sound that we heard in Mandalorian when the character, when you didn't know it was Boba, was walking up to her, you could hear the clang of the spurs as he's walking up.
Yeah.
In this episode, it was not there. And
it's because he doesn't have.
That's why would he have his spears on? Yeah.
But why would he?
Spurs.
Yeah, but why would he had him in the other one?
They didn't have a full plan yet.
I
It's
guess.
a show about wizards in space, Justin.
Like we know that for a fact because Ming-Na Wen has said that she was told she was dead. Her character was not coming back, and then they changed their mind. So
Gotcha. Sound guy fired.
Well, they probably wanted to allude to that it being him too, and they didn't
'cause everybody
imagine
knew
that they
it.
would ever go
Maybe.
back on all that stuff. So it was
Yeah.
a cue without actually like putting your nose in it.
Good point.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about
I hated
BK
it.
and BK in the bar?
Oh.
I have to talk
So
about the big
hot.
man in the
Yeah.
bar going off.
So hot.
I know we touched
Such
on
a
it
furry.
earlier, but that scene was just
Hot.
awesome.
hot.
Yeah, I mean,
Hot.
look at
Look at
he's
that.
just chilling. He's
Look
like,
at that.
Chilling.
Maggie's hosting the furry meetup at Celebration 2022.
First of all, if we want to talk about hot in that scene,
So
yes,
hot.
please
talking
pull it
about-
up.
oh, where did I lost the picture?
Oh,
I know you better pull up that tweet.
I put it on here. I know it's on
There
here.
it is.
Oh my
There
word!
she is. Yes, ma'am.
Stop clicking it off.
That is a I will say that is an outfit that rivals Padme's. Her wardrobe here rivals Padme's wardrobe.
Look at Justin trying to pretend like it's not just the cleavage.
I was here to say we
It's
both
beautiful.
know
Look at that thing,
it's
though.
the cleavage. Yes.
I love
It's
it.
not-
In the
it's not
picture,
too
she's
bad.
kind of framing her boobs too with her hands. Like,
She's like, look at these. Yeah.
Anyway,
I kind of
whole
like
scene.
the mustard yellow Twi'lek too, though.
Anyways, back to tall, dark, and
That
sexy.
that whole scene was
Tall,
awesome.
dark, and rip your arms off.
That whole scene
I
was
say
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, he just apparently had a few too many drinks there and got a little
He was
you know,
brooding. He just
some people-
lost his job. He got let go.
It's definitely dark
Yeah.
and broody.
Hey, it could have been worse. He could have ended up back in the gladiator pit, and he, Boba let him go.
He was having a bad night.
I'm surprised Boba didn't offer him a job, but
Oh yeah,
He did.
yeah.
58. I don't know if I'll even be alive at 58,
Wow,
let alone looking like that.
59. I
Yeah.
know.
you don't look that good now, Kyle.
I know. No shit. I'll have to get better.
I mean, that's not even an insult.
Wow.
Ooh.
Look at him.
That was mean.
No, it's not. I'm talking about Ming Na Wen and Jennifer Beal. It's not mean.
I'm not as
How old is-
handsome as the two older lady movie stars.
No, they're movie stars.
How old?
Just a
Does anybody
regular
know
old
how
Joe.
Jennifer Beals is?
50.
They're both
58. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my!
Allegedly 58. Yeah.
No, 100%.
I don't believe it. These people are all drinking from the fountain of youth somewhere, and they're just hoarding it. rest
No,
of
they're
us.
just rich. You can
They're just
do all
rich.
kinds of things when you're rich.
That's very true. Very true.
I found
But
a
those
picture. Of,
pe- well,
I
no,
found a
those
picture
two
of
things
Maggie
don't
from
change,
the last con she went to.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
actually. Yeah.
Which one
You're
was
dead.
Yeah,
No,
Maggie,
she's
which
in
one
the,
are you? Are you
right
the one
in the middle.
Dead.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, come at me.
Oh.
Oh, he pulled up the lep there. Yeah, let's that whole scene with BK that was fantastic. Loved it. The choreographed fight scene was good. I liked her trying to reason.
I have friends with muscles. I'm not worried about it.
This is going.
Maggie's bringing scissors to a
I
knife
know.
fight.
It's hard from the angle. Couldn't tell if she was like smelling the scissors or like threatening.
Well,
Wow.
I'm going to stop.
I think if you're smelling the scissors, that would be threatening, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Do you smell this?
But yeah, the whole fight scene was great, and then with Garza trying to reason with him and basically like, look, you ran up a huge tab, let this dude go.
That sounded like a heck of a deal to me.
I probably would have said, hey, you throw
about his
another beer in on there, and we're good to go, and I'll call it even with you. But he wasn't having any of that. So
Talks about his time in the fighting pits.
yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Love
So-
that.
Wookiees have to be like Andre the Giant, though. I bet they can drink like so many
yeah.
beers. Don't you think?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a
Yep.
nice flex when he was like, "No, I'll pay for it. It's worth it." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip his arm off.
He was
Um,
also carrying around some big coin
Yeah.
in the lady's hand, and
Oh, good. You see that? The internet cut him off.
Yeah, I got that too.
It did a little bit there. But yeah, he definitely was like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and pay this, and I'll just rip this
Or
dude's
not,
arm off.
or just run up the tab. Who knows?
Yeah. So, but definitely a great scene. Love that scene. So much fun. Boba got to witness that. Do we think at this point Boba's going, maybe I should offer him a job?
isn't that the very next thing that happened?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he did that. I think he did exactly that.
Did you black out during that part of the episode?
I only got one watch in before, so I may have missed it. But yeah, he.
So yes, I do think he thought that.
Did he? He was like, "Oh,
exactly what
here's
he
a
thought.
job." Okay, so yeah, he definitely. He's definitely going to need him. So now he's got a Rancor.
He's assembling a crew.
He's got Fennec, a Rancor, 2 Gamorreans, a
the
Vespa
kids, the mods.
Vespa biker gang.
The biker gang. Which did they get modified by the same guy that modified Fennec's stomach pistons?
Maybe he has a location in Mos
I
Espa,
loved the mod squad.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the same location or not. I mean, it sounded like there was more than one place to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
But
can the economy on Tatooine even support that? There's not even jobs for these people to support multiple modification shops. I don't know, guys. This seems crazy.
Did you?
I don't know,
so
but that
you
guy
guys
modified
faking in space. I don't know.
Do you guys know about this?
Thundercat.
That's Thundercat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the music from that scene,
it was the Thundercats theme song.
No.
Oh.
He's a famous bassist. He was playing he was playing on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's known for a couple different musical scores out there right now. Most
Grammy
recent
award-winning
was,
artist.
Venom. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He was also featured on Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's Silk Sonic record as well.
He had modified the heck out of his hand, though. That was impressive. He's
to help him do the mods. It's a vicious cycle.
That's crazy.
That was neat.
I have this whole thing that I talked about on the Hollywood Critics Association live stream on Wednesday about how cool I think that the mod people, the mod squad, and that whole modification thing adds so much to the post-Empire occupation of the galaxy. There's something so cool about the idea that these kids, and maybe I relate to this because of like being a millennial, but like these kids who have grown up in this really wild and terrible time, like their entire life has been like shit. And then once things are over, they're out here like modifying their bodies and like reclaiming the agency over like what they can do for themselves and like to themselves. And I love the added layer of that to the Star Wars universe because it's something new. Like we have obviously like Luke Skywalker has his hand, Anakin has his hand. Like it's not a new concept, but to do it for non-life-threatening saving purposes and to do it of your own volition is like really cool and punk.
Nice.
And I want more cyberpunk like that in Star Wars because I think there's some really cool stories that we could dig into.
And our friend Meatloaf can probably attest to that it mirrors a lot of what we have in real life with tattoos and piercings.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a tattoo parlor.
Exactly. Yeah. That's essentially what it parallels. And it's, you're right. There's people that will go out and pay. They will go out. I think he said there will people that will get mods over paying bills. There are people that will go out and get tattoos and get ink done or get piercings over other things because that's what they're into and that's what they like. And that's totally okay. So the first girl that was like standing out there that had like the red droid eyes and then like the other set of red eyes up here was cool. Like I was like, okay, I kind of dig that actually. But yeah, it parallels what we do in real life with going out and getting tattoos. And I don't have any. I don't have any piercings. Kyle's got several tattoos. Square man.
Yeah, I'm super cool. I'm gonna get tattoos because I'm hip.
Yeah, Kyle's got quite a few. Josh has got a couple. Maggie, do you have any, Maggie?
No, I was going to get one, and then I did Wonder Woman 1984, and you can't act with tattoos.
See, I'm not the only one. Nora, do you have any?
Nope.
No. So, okay. All right. I don't feel so bad now. I'm not
two.
The only one. Someday it will get there. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and maybe that's why Boba now has a little bit more of a found love for that biker gang. That he's like, look, these kids are just trying to like survive and find a way. Right? Maybe I should give them a job.
Trying to make their way in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like him. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's go back to the let's talk about the chef droid.
The chef droid.
Because we've brought this up several times, actually recently, where have we seen droids just being chefs and doing chef things? Guess what? We got exactly that in this episode, and it was Chef Droid and Sue Chef Droid The other, they were both labeled that in the closed captions.
My personal favorite droid was the Rat Hunter, though.
The rat catcher was everything.
Yeah, I
The
liked
droid
him.
Dobby.
The Lep, yeah, the Lep
He
droid.
turned himself off too. He was
Mhm.
like, "Nah, screw this. I'm not getting tortured."
Yeah,
Oh,
she
so
said
sad.
He
So
said, "I
sad.
would kindly like to be removed from this
He
narrative."
he found out, but he's like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "I'm Boba Fett." He went, "Oh crap," and was like, "I'm just gonna turn off now."
Yeah.
That'd be a killer like pet droid.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
even
notice it on my
Go ahead.
first watch because I was at the gym, but I noticed it on the second one. When he saunters into the room, he has a little net, like he's gonna chase around rats and catch them in his little net.
He was so
Aw,
proud
so-
of himself.
he's
So
getting ready to go
cute.
to work. Yeah, they're in Clone Wars, they're pretty sassy. They have very
Yeah, for
very
sure.
out like very big personalities in Clone Wars. So but it was nice to see that translation from animation to live action here. And he's a quick little bugger. He almost got away until Fennec
Yes.
cut him off. So
It's gonna get you.
yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great. I love the Lep droids. Love the chef droid. I love how robots with multiple arms and weapons, their go-to is just spin around fast. Like,
Well,
People do on the playground. They do the windmill.
yeah, like I'll just do
I'm
this
just gonna
really
go like
quick.
this, and if you happen to get in the way, it's not my fault.
Yep. If you can stop it though, it's game over, I guess. So, in fairness, he did get jumped from behind. He didn't get attacked from the front by Boba. So,
This is true.
I mean, she kind of snuck up on him. So, but how are you guys in the chat feeling about Boba Fett so far? What do you guys have? We talked a little bit about this on
Turns
the podcast.
out they hate him.
What they hate Boba? Yeah,
What?
He's
Yeah,
not-
every single one of
he's
them.
not
It's
mean
shocking.
enough.
Yeah.
He's not ruthless enough. What do you guys think about the show so far? What are you digging? What are you not digging? What any big bold predictions in the remaining 3 episodes? Because that's all we got left after this one. We got 3.
That
Nor
it?
we talked a little bit about this on the podcast. What about you? Do you have any crazy ideas of who we might see pop up? Any specific direction that we're going to go in these next 3 episodes?
Oh Lord, I think if I've been saying this from episode 1 is that if we get like a glimpse or mention of Crimson Dawn, I'm gonna like get crazy.
Yeah,
And even
good
if
call.
we had something about Kira, oh my God, I'm gonna like.
Josh is feeling the same way. He's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
doing the Leo on the edge of the seat like this. Like I called that.
Yeah,
I called
like
that.
yes.
Yep, he's going to be doing that too. I think a lot of us would love to see Kira and
I'm here
Crimson
for it.
Dawn involved in this. So, because let's be honest, nobody's afraid of the Pike Syndicate.
Yeah.
And if the Pike is your big bad in this show, I would honestly be a little bit disappointed if that's the case. I would
Really
have
trying to elevate the
preferred
Pikes
Hutts.
at that point.
Yeah. I would have preferred the Hutts at that point, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think Crimson Dawn would be a nice addition. I would love to see another like Afra character pulled in, whether it's Afra herself or the
That'd be
droids.
neat.
Huh?
That'd be really neat.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
even if it's a quick little moment at the end of the season, just kind of say, here's maybe where we're going next season.
Mhm.
Something to that effect would be great. I just think that'd be really, really cool to see. Maggie, what about you? Any crazy ideas where we're going with the 3 remaining episodes here?
I still really hope. I know that we're like done with flashbacks in the back of the tank, but I still am like holding out some sort of hope that we get to see Cobb Vanth and that whole scene. 'Cause I think that could be a really neat kind of
I think we will.
closing chapter, at least on some of the Tusken stuff. Because seeing Boba see them, working with the Tuskens, and that being why he like doesn't go after Cobb for the armor until he sees Din take off with it, just to bridge that moment. And like I feel like it might be one of those moments like we don't need to see everything, but it would still be kind of nice to see that. But it does feel like the flashbacks are over now. I don't know. I'd really love to see that there's somebody else behind the Pikes, because I know the Pikes are supposed to be big and scary and all that, but I just don't feel that from them because they look like giant catfish with legs. and I'm just not getting the big, scary, intimidating vibes. So I'm hoping that there's that Kira connection, like Norhall said. You know, if that doesn't come out until the very like last moment of the season or something, I'd be fine with that. But I still do want that connection. And yeah, I obviously want Den to show up next week. So
Yes.
Yeah.
We've just seen the Pikes be pushovers so many times. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
add up if you've
It
been
doesn't
watching Star Wars stuff for a long time.
Yeah. You brought up a good point there, Maggie, with Cobb Vanth, because I'm going on a limb here. I know he doesn't have the armor anymore, but he's still a pretty well respected member in whatever the name of the little tiny strip of the one stop sign town was where he was. Mospelgo. Mospelgo. So he's very respected there, right? He's still on planet. That's the thing, is he didn't go anywhere. We heard the Mando theme, but maybe that's the direction that he goes in and says, hey, I know this guy's on planet, right? We did have help from other Tuskens in that episode with the Crate Dragon. So maybe he goes to him and says, hey, I need some help. Do you have any people? And he has now built a relationship with the Tuskens that helped him.
I also kind of hope that Fennec has somebody that she can call on, because it is kind of frustrating that Fennec's entire character surrounds around Boba, and she doesn't really have a life outside of her connection to Boba at this point. And it would be nice if she's like, oh, I have the muscle that we can call in. Like, I know people from my past life. Just to have that bit of a connection to her own existence outside of this show would be nice, especially since we've set her up as having connections in the Bad Batch. We know that she has contacts that she could pull from if she really needed to. So it would just be nice to have her have some element of her character not be solely attached to Boba.
Yeah. And she did make it seem like she knew people to call.
Exactly. Because she's the one bringing that up. Like, we need muscle. Money can buy muscle.
Yeah. Not just, hey, well, we have mutual friends. Let's call them. She was like, no, I think I got a group.
And that seemed odd to me too, because that was right when they played that Mando theme. But obviously she and Mando are not homies, so like that's not who she's gonna call, you wouldn't think. And when he does get called or brought in, like, yeah, obviously they had beef at one point. I mean, maybe they're just fine now because they're beyond it, but
it just seemed weird.
Yeah. Who do we think her people are if it's not just alluding to Mando?
She calls Cad Bane. No.
I would love that. I think it would be so awesome, but they obviously have had beef too.
He's dead at this point, right?
He's dead.
Yeah.
Who?
Cad Bane is dead at this point, though. Maybe she calls Boss.
Wait, why is Cad Bane dead?
Yeah, how do you know he's dead?
I thought he was dead at this point for some reason.
We've never seen him die.
No, it was on the unfinished season.
He
was
Wars.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking the unfinished stuff.
Yeah. Well, even that was left. Well, okay, so in the Bad Batch, he had a metal plate in his head to imply that he survived that.
That's true.
Yeah. It could be other bounty hunters that.
Dengar.
Is that where Bosk
Dengar or Bosk or somebody else? Just because, when they're building that relationship, right? And he says, look, I'm tired of working for these dummies that keep giving us assignments that get us killed. He's like, we don't need to do that. And he keeps saying we, and she even says we. Like, what do you mean we? I think he's talking about bounty hunters in general, not just like, hey, we've worked independently for so long. We don't need to do this. We're strong together. Let's group up in what'd she call it? A Gatra. A Gatra. Like, let's team up and get this house going. Right. So maybe that's her go-to is other bounty hunters that we're not expecting. Like IG-88.
I thought that he was putting the moves on her. He was like, hey, what's up?
That's what I thought too. He was like, you're just in now.
Yeah.
This is us, baby.
Yeah.
That was interesting. At the end, she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the ride at this point. And then the next thing you see is he's gunning down.
She was feeling it.
Bikers. She's like,
she could already tell what he was gonna look like after a few weeks in the back to tank.
She was like, "This is gonna work for me. I'm gonna stick around."
Yeah,
She's gonna get in before the glow up.
I'll write that too as well. So
What did you guys think of the Sarlacc Pit? We revisit the Sarlacc Pit.
It's alive. I'm glad to see that. I was
I
afraid
don't
it
think
was
it's alive now.
dead.
I don't think it's alive
Well,
now.
it was alive for longer than I thought.
oh Lord.
This was my one other small nitpick. Like in Return of the Jedi, so one, you know it's injured because he escaped by setting its innards on fire, and to mention,
like
I think
an
it might
ulcer.
have been slightly injured by the the explosion of the sail barge.
Yeah.
But in Return of the Jedi, it grabs people by the war with it, but now I'm supposed to believe that it can pull the ship in. Even though
It seems like a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
to
tug
do,
of war with
but
it, like
it is huge.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
still, I thought it was
like I
odd that
said,
he
little
thought.
nitpick.
I thought it was odd that he thought his armor was in there at all because we saw him get attacked.
I know. I was like, did you
he used the armor to get out. Like he knew very well that that's how he got out. And then even if
Maybe
he
he
doesn't
was
remember the
confused.
Jawas, like he should have known. Like, did he think that he took the armor off inside the Sarlacc and then climbed out naked? That doesn't even make a little bit of sense. Like I don't know what he was thinking with that.
Yeah, maybe he
I
was
guess-
confused and disoriented, so
Yeah,
he
the
doesn't
trauma of the
remember.
event. He probably doesn't remember everything that we saw.
You know, he didn't even consider it or think about it very long.
Yeah. But the seismic charge, always love a good seismic charge.
Yeah,
Yes.
see?
Always.
Fantastic. Even though you
Fire
couldn't
in the
hear it,
hole.
as crisp and clear as you could in space, it was still pretty cool to hear.
Can I be the
again.
Debbie Downer about this? Are they going to use one every single time we see the ship now, though? Because they have so far.
True. You don't like the
Spray,
seismic charge?
They're like, we know what these
No, it's
fans
fine,
love.
but
Give them the
but
charge.
it's cool because like you never see it. But now, like, oh, we'll just use the seismic charge every episode. It won't be that cool anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
This is a
not.
good point.
Yep.
point. Yep, repulsors. That could be because they're just kind of like a low propulsion engine. Maybe that's what he was in the mode and couldn't get it shifted back over.
Right, but I'm
Um,
saying that like and then they're able to hold Han out by a pole.
Yeah.
Repulsor should be stronger than Lando's arm.
I would hope.
You don't know how buff
Lando-
Lando is under those capes.
It's Lando's leg and Han's arm. Yeah,
The
whatever.
capes and the ponchos hide a lot of the strength
yes.
in
They make them look way
characters.
less
So
buff.
they're very slimming and make you very, very underwhelming.
Hey, I'm not
underwhelming.
getting down on Lando. My handle is Lando. It's a Lando joke. So
Yeah, this is a good point too. I thought that like maybe he thought after he got out, he took it off and like passed out and then it fell back in. That could have been.
Does that seem like, would he think about it and be like, you know what? When I was near death, I bet I stripped off my life-saving armor because that's what I would do.
that's what you do when
Hey,
you have
that doesn't even-
hypothermia. Take your clothes off.
I mean, and clearly the acid had gotten under the helmet, right? So it was under the armor, between the armor and the jumpsuit. So yeah, if it's burning you, you would think take it off and try to
Okay,
get
guys.
the acid off. Of
Whatever.
you. I don't know.
Here it is.
Whatever.
Oh, there you go. See,
That's interesting.
maybe the Sarlacc was confused because there was
Lack
so
of
much
motivation.
food
Yeah.
around. He couldn't like specify one target to grab. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people I know when the original Sarlacc was there was no beak, right? With the pit, it was just this giant hole with little spikies on the side. And then later on, they went back and they added in the beak, right? And I think a lot of people were like, okay, is the beak gone? Is the beak back? Clearly, in this episode, the beak is there. Does that bother
So that
anybody?
kind
Is
of-
that
No, I think that's perfect. It shows you that both can work because the beak is not. This showed that the beak is not always out.
right? Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. I liked it. I mean, I don't even care either way. It's I kind of liked it coming up further when it was like trying to like it looked very imposing, but then even when
Quiet
it's
you.
sitting there, it's just spikes around the inside, which don't look pleasant either. So, but I thought that was interesting too that they went, hey, let's put the beak back in, but we're going to put it down a little bit further.
This is
Almost
what it really
served as
is.
like a motion sensor or an eye.
Lando was too easy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sarlacc wants to hunt.
Didn't want the low hanging fruit there. He just wanted more
Yeah.
like meat and to like be aggressive. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, I liked it. The episode was good. I liked it way better than last week. I don't know about you guys, but
This episode was great.
Yeah. So many good things in this episode. I don't even know where to start. We got more of the fire spray. That's always good. I was a little surprised it was just like chilling in Jabba's garage. Like, and his garage is really weird. It's like a long flat tunnel. Like, what kind of ship you putting in there?
You almost might call it a hangar.
I mean, it was like a hangar's normally like somewhat short.
Giant
this thing
room.
was like this giant tunnel that it was halfway down, and Boba had to have gotten it in there somehow, but he had all kinds of trouble getting it out, flying it in that tight space.
I think that was accurate for Battlefront too.
Yeah, it was that long.
That schematics that they. Well, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the schematics of it in Battlefront 2.
Nice. Yeah, and there's no other ships.
It's a one car garage. It's not built for multiple ships, apparently.
I think they, in my headcanon, they have like another one where like actually in use ships go, and this is they moved this here because Boba like never came back for a ship.
Yeah, this is impound lot.
Yeah, he's gone. Impound. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I did see one. There was one of the like smaller skiffs in there because it blew up. I think when the hangar got torched and when he was shooting around. So
that's the emergency skiff that Bib Fortuna and Max Rebo rode back to the palace.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, can we talk about that? That we got it confirmed that
Yep.
that
Hit it,
is
Max.
Max Rebo.
Hit it, Max. Yes.
hit it, Max.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I know.
True joy.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, it's worth noting though that Jabba's palace was originally a monastery for those monks that are in the spider droids.
Yes.
The
So makes sense that it wouldn't all be to specification.
Good point.
It's not up to code.
Not up to code, yeah.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the flex of the Rancor underneath the dining table?
I love that.
That was.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
need
have
to
a
see
Rancor.
We need that Rancor training montage.
Yep.
We need
Yep.
the
I'm
next
waiting on it.
Need a montage. Yeah, how long does it take to get a Rancor like into
Train.
fighting shape? When's it ready to go? When's it ready to let out into I don't know,
The
whatever
fighting pits.
How long
battle
is Eye
some
of the
pikes?
Tiger?
I was just gonna say
Oh,
the
yeah.
Eye of the Tiger.
Gotta be at least
I
4.5,
want to
5
see him
minutes.
riding the Rancor.
Well,
Yep.
don't we all? I mean, geez.
Spot on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
do
we,
you guys know who did the scores for Creed and Creed 2?
John
Göransson.
Williams.
No.
Huh?
Ludwig.
Did he
Yeah.
really do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one. Both the first one was really, really good. So I'll have to check out the second one. Yeah, we all want the montage. We want the training montage.
With Max Rebo playing it.
Yes.
I need Danny Trejo in there.
With Danny Trejo.
Yes. With
Yeah.
machete. Yeah.
I need the no, like him picking up Boba or something, and Danny like no eat. Like he puts Boba down with like sad face Rancor. Like oh, okay.
Sad face
Oh,
Rancor.
no eat. Snack. Okay, no.
Justin, he imprints it on Boba. He's not going to try and eat him.
Oh,
That's
Very
his dad.
It's
Very
his dad.
true. Yeah.
The father of Rancors.
He's going to try and eat everyone else.
He could pick up the Gam Guard. He could pick up one of the Gam Guards.
Well,
still in there and like,
and
eat
given
me.
the choice, wouldn't you? Look how much
No
meatier they look.
Yeah. He's.
Yeah. They got a little weight to them. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I don't know where the show's going. We got 3 more episodes. Do we think we get a 2-part ender or a 1? Like a 1 episode ending.
I just hope these last 3 are an hour long each.
Yes, please.
None of this 24-minute bull crap.
I bet the next 3 episodes are gonna be 22 minutes long. No,
Maggie, you
Oh,
shut your mouth right now.
I think it's gonna be 1, maybe.
Like just the last one will be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I don't think that you're going to change the formula.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Boba
Boba
and
the
Manta, yeah.
Manta.
He's just
Yeah.
an animal
Go,
lover all around.
He is.
make baby mantas.
And PETA, you need to get a hold of your man Boba here because the dude loves the animals. So, yeah. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that because he did have a Wookiee pelt on his
I was gonna say,
armor
and-
earlier.
and-
So
You
He's
calling a Wookiee an
changed.
animal?
changed man
He's-
now. He is a
he's a
changed
new-
PETA doesn't really
man.
care about animals, so
He's a changed man now. So maybe that's
A, Wookiees aren't animals. They're, intelligent beings.
Sentient.
And
Sentient?
B, he's not that nice to the dinosaur he rides in the holiday special. He does kind of
canon.
slap it around a little
Canon.
bit.
I
Well,
think it is canon as of last week, my friend.
what was he riding around that's 10 times the Rancor's size? And
Your
if
mama.
You say your mom. You
He's
know what?
changed. Now he's a friend of the animals. So
There you go. He's a changed man. He's different now. He's got a
yeah,
new outlook on life and a new outlook on it.
like Fennec told him, spending time with the Tuscans made you soft. After he literally told her, "I pledge my life to protect yours." Like,
Tiernan, if you had this fellow in your kitchen, you wouldn't have burnt your finger.
You would not have
Sous
burned
chef
your-
droid.
I don't know how he's gonna
So-
scoop with all those knives, though.
I mean,
Wow.
that is some hot damn chili. If you're burning your
know.
finger out, what are you doing sticking your finger
I
in
would
your
assume
chili?
she burned
Yeah,
it on
why-
the pot, probably.
Are you trying to cook your finger? Is this a special chili?
That is some hot damn chili. You can't even
Let me
eat
tell
that
you
if
about a
you burn
movie
your
I
finger.
just watched.
Eesh. Goodness.
wow.
Goodness. All right. Any final thoughts on episode 4 for Book of Boba Fett? What is
I have
this?
a-
Gathering Storm? Is that what it's called?
Gathering
Yep.
Storm, yes.
Got all the
Stick-
storms in Star
Something like
Wars
that.
lately.
Big fan of episode 2, big fan of episode 4.
Yes, a lot of bonnet
Mhm.
content.
Yep.
Agreed. 2 and 4 have been the best ones so far.
Chili's hot. You know what else is hot?
Yes.
Yes.
Content. BK,
And this.
Agreed.
Yes, she
Sure.
is.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
take your passion and make it happen. There you go.
There are some very attractive people running around the Star Wars universe for sure.
As there should be.
What did I say? We had some.
Nobody ever watched anything and was like, hey, you know what would make this better? If the people were uglier. Like, this just never happened. So let's go for it.
I mean, some horror movies, maybe. Some horror movies, maybe.
No.
Oh, hey.
Pikes.
Not a pretty one in the pond, the Pikes.
Hot Wookiee summer. Heck yeah. Or hot
Yeah.
Wookiee winter right now because it's cold.
Yes. Oh, look
Yes.
at this.
Yeah, see, case in point. How do you think he got the job?
Bam.
Yeah.
I'm just looking out for all the hot stuff in our photos.
Somebody saw Coffee and just went.
I'm.
Ooh,
Wait,
yeah.
where's the weasel
Size
girl?
noodles, baby.
Where's the weasel
Yeah,
girl?
where's our
Yeah.
See, they
There
even
she
had to sex
is.
her up.
Wait, did you see her in the sanctuary? She was partying in
Yeah.
the sanctuary.
Yeah, she was.
Yes.
I
He
did.
was
Like
working
we
in the
said.
sanctuary.
Wasn't that a Color
We
Me
told
Bad
you.
song?
It's working.
I wanna sex you up. Isn't that what the? Isn't that
Yeah.
Color Me Bad?
Yes.
Wait, how's it go?
You got it the first time, Kyle. If you didn't get it
Oh,
the first
okay.
time-
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure I heard
You want
it.
to talk about ugly? Color Me Bad. Not the world's most attractive boy band.
No, they were very
I
early.
thought you were going to
boy
drop
bands.
some Color Me Bad in there when I heard
he
the
was gonna
music
do
start
too.
playing.
I was
I'm
about to
like,
be
do we
really
have the-
impressed.
Do we have the capabilities to even do that?
Oh, Lord.
I was about to be impressed if he had pulled that up that fast, but yeah, I did notice this too. Did you guys catch this? The four-legged gonk.
Yes.
Yeah. and
Oh, yes.
the four-legged gonk has a different name, and now I can't remember what it is. It's not called a gonk. It's called
gonk
It's a gagonk.
Gonk.
Gagonk.
Oh, yeah. Gagonk droid.
Gonk.
Doubled up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a plunk droid.
A plunk
Yes.
Flunk.
plunk droid. Okay.
Well, that seems
Right?
just rude.
Oh man, yeah, I did see that. They were like, "Hey, we need more droids. Hey, let's just take a gonk droid and double him up." Okay, all right. Put some
that'll
duct tape
do.
around the midsection. We'll paint it a little bit. Good to
And
go.
let's just have Fennec mercilessly blow one up,
A donkagon.
like
Like
it's a
a
video
Yeah,
game.
Gagonk's even better.
These are fantastic. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Color them bad indeed.
Bad right there.
You got poor man's Fabio in the white there.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy in the front looks like Mini Vanilli.
Pauly Shore just over his shoulder in the green.
Yep.
Oh, that's rude to Pauly Shore, and that's saying something.
I like
to a
Pauly
guy
Shore,
nicknamed
too.
the Weasel.
I like Pauly Shore.
Yeah, I like Pauly Shore.
Too bad every outfit they're wearing right now is back in style.
Pretty
That's
much,
so
yeah.
fucked
Well,
up.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Butter pecan ice in the corner there has overalls on,
Butter.
as opposed to vanilla ice.
I hate you.
Butter pecan. Oh my goodness.
I have very clear memories of being a kid going over to my grandparents' house, opening the freezer and being like, oh, all they have is butter pecan.
That's a delicious ice cream.
It's
Not when you're
really
like
good.
8. I don't want this old people ice cream. Butter pecan. Where's the chocolate at?
God.
Where's the Rocky Road?
Yeah, exactly. I want some moose tracks.
Oh my god. Was that even around back then?
Butter pecan ice. I am. Yeah, we got to end this show. I hate it here. Oh my god.
That's all I needed. We can end the show now. I just needed to make. I needed
One-
Kyle to hate laugh at me.
Lord.
One good laugh. We're out.
Josh nailed that one. That was good, man.
That was so good.
Josh,
Wow.
what ice cream were you talking about recently that's like Moose Tracks, but it's got a better ratio?
Mint Moose Tracks has forever ruined mint chocolate chip for me because
Moose Tracks. Okay.
it's like Moose Tracks, but instead of vanilla, it's mint ice cream, and then it has chocolate swirl and chocolate chunks like Moose Tracks, and then instead of Reese cups, it has Andes mints in it. But the chocolate
very
mint,
dope.
Speaking of chocolate and peanut butter, have you had Buckeye ice cream? Oh,
we all live in
No,
Ohio.
Maggie, please.
I
We're Ohioans.
know,
Yeah.
but I have met other Ohioans who have never actually had Buckeye ice cream. They've only had
Are you sure they're
Buckeyes.
They're
Yes.
posers.
Yes,
Yeah.
somebody I know
Posers.
from Dayton, born and bred in Dayton.
Well, I mean,
Travesty.
The armpit of Ohio.
Yeah.
Terrible place. That
Sorry
place
if
is just
everyone in our
terrible.
chat is from Dayton, but
Dayton out here
It's
being like
the worst.
birthplace of air.
of aviation. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we've heard of Kitty Hawk.
Oh my goodness.
Double chocolate Moose Tracks? That sounds like a
Whoa, with
lot.
brownies.
I'm
Now we
okay with it.
talk.
I'd
Yeah.
try it.
Double
Josh fucks with
chocolate
it.
eruption. They got. Oh wait, that's Goonies. My bad.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
dude.
Goonies.
I'll tell you what. You know who has underrated ice cream is UDF.
Those are not under what? No, UDF does hit.
UDF,
I did not
is
know where that
under
was
the,
going.
UDF is under the radar with their ice creams. They have really good ice cream. If you've not had their
Yeah,
ice cream
they're,
before,
I do not think that's what this is, though.
No.
Columbus. Oh, shots are fired at Seabus.
I mean, look at the
That's-
source. The people from
That's true.
Michigan are gonna hate Columbus.
yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
hey, I've been.
Cincinnati or bust.
That's
Whoa.
okay. We're not talking about Kentucky right now.
Uh-oh.
Like Kentucky wishes. Don't you dare judge me for not knowing about something, but no, I've never seen it. Yes.
You've
Never
never
seen
seen
the Goonies?
Goonies?
Oh
No.
wow.
And you know
Oh
what?
my
One time
gosh.
somebody showed me the first 20 minutes and it was not good. So
Oh my
Kyle,
gosh.
I'm sure-
I'm gonna give this one to you because I too saw the first like 25 minutes of Goonies, hated it, and turned it off.
it's terrible.
Oh,
so
it's
I'm sure it was
terrible.
fine when you were 6 and it was 1983
Oh.
or whatever, but it wasn't. It's not good.
Gotta keep going.
Only
You
one
gotta
of us
push
was
past
alive in
that.
1983.
Sort of, yes.
Ooh, yeah. Jared,
Oh.
hit on the head.
Ooh.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I will
Sounds
say,
awesome.
Justin, though, I've parked my car in seedy neighborhoods in Detroit a million times, and the only time my car's ever got broken into was in Columbus,
Oh yeah.
in a
OH.
not bad part of town, because I had a Michigan license plate.
Allegedly.
Oh. Sorry. I don't know.
None of our professional sports teams are good, so we have to be crazy about our football team in college. That none of us went to that school.
The Cincinnati Bengals won a playoff game.
Pretty sure that they just won a
Yeah,
playoff
thank
game.
you.
Again,
They're actually
actually
doing
looking
really well
good.
right now.
Cincinnati is not Kentucky. Northern Kentucky is Ohio. That's how that works.
Kentucky is
Cincinnati
Ohio.
is like a
Cincinnati
huge
is not
city.
Kentucky.
Not even.
Kentucky,
What? I mean,
Northern Kentucky is Ohio.
Whoa.
Come on, Josh. Know your anatomy of Ohio, or you're gonna have problems.
I've heard the accents down there. It sounds like Kentucky to me.
What? In the city of Cincinnati, are you talking about like outside in a township that's not Coleraine?
Maybe in Hamilton.
Yeah, like Hamilton. Maybe Butler.
This is. We're now we're alienating every city or surrounding
but not
Cincinnati.
Not Coleraine.
Fort Thomas is basically Cincinnati. That's what I'm saying. Northern Kentucky is Cincinnati.
There you go. See?
Oh Lord.
It's a Midwestern thing. Shut up. I hate it here. Why are we talking about any of this?
It's not a town, Tiernan.
What is a torrent?
This used to be true, but now Cincinnati's kind of popping. We got all kinds.
That's true. Yep. A lot of times when Kyle lived down there, I would go down and like I had to. There was nothing to do in Cincinnati, so I'd drive across the river. And we'd go eat in Cincinnati or in I
can
Kentucky.
actually speak intelligently on this because I did live in Northern Kentucky.
You did.
In Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
he
Skyline
has
chili,
some.
not good.
Oh,
that's literally where I live. Who is this?
Skyline chili, Kyle. What's your take on the Skyline chili?
I like Skyline. I'm into it. I actually like a three-way more than I like a three-way more than a Coney. But,
really?
Yeah.
Really, Kyle?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah,
I
it's
do. No, yeah, I'm into Skyline.
I mean, if you've never had Skyline, you should at least try it one time. See if you like it.
Greek chili.
Yeah. The other one
White
is,
Castle way better than Crystal. I lived in Georgia too, and Crystal sucks. White Castles are dope though.
Gold Star is like the other big one, I think, right? What, Gold Star? Where did Gold Star?
The only good
come
conies are in Detroit.
Good conies. Whoa.
The Tony Paco's chili is garbage.
Oh yeah,
garbage.
Isn't Tony Paco's out of Toledo? Isn't that where that one started? Yeah, no, nobody likes Tony Paco's. Sorry if you like Tony Paco's.
Hanging outside of Kyle's window right now, just like.
I know that's weird. This person apparently went to high school like 10 miles away from me.
Whoa!
It essentially is fast
runny
food.
Runny watery chili, and they act like it's good.
Okay,
it's not good.
They make
it's like the chili's already ready. They got the cheese. They got the dogs already done. Like they slap them together. They put what
it's
you
really
want
about
on, and
the
it's done.
it's about the finely shredded cheddar cheese really makes it.
And they
it's
have
just piled on top of everything they serve there.
Clean a dirty penny with.
So here's the thing, though.
Very impressive.
Rebel Art, they are Metro Detroiters like me. We grew up eating Coney dogs in Detroit. They're not going to like Skyline chili. It's just, you can't.
I have to add.
You should try it at least once. Always try things once. If you don't like it after that, fine. But I always say, try new things one time. See what you think.
Yes.
Go from there.
Yes.
Try a three-way. Oh, yeah. I fucks with Frisch's, too.
Frisch's.
Yeah.
It is the shit, man. I love that place.
Oh, man.
We have that in Michigan, in Toledo as well.
Really Shoney's, Big Bob's are all the same thing.
We derailed from ice cream to I don't even know what we got into. Ice cream.
Greater Cincinnati cuisine.
We got it. Yeah,
Wait,
we got
Ritas.
into.
Do you do the Ritas and
we do.
God, what's the pizza place? God, I'm blanking on it. There's a Lido's.
Lido's.
Yeah.
Who is this person? These are very specific local things. That's gone now. Johnny's is closed down. It's not a toy store anymore. Yeah.
I even went to Johnny's Toys. This is very
you used to on your birthday they would send you a key and you could go unlock the castle and you get a little you get a little toy.
All Ohioans like right here like.
Yeah, just us, I think.
Melts is good.
good.
I got better burger places for you though. Like that's like grilled cheese sandwich stuff. If you want a better burger place, I can direct you to the better burger place.
Okay.
It's in Newport.
Yeah.
It's a not great pizza place.
But like I said, we started with ice cream. We got into food stuff, and then we got into Kyle talking about three-ways. And things just kind of escalated from there. So I we're gonna wrap this show up with that.
That's crazy.
Nor, thank you for joining us this evening. It was a pleasure having you on. Is there anything that you want to put out there? Anything that you want to promote? And where can people find you at on the social medias if they want to follow you?
Well, no, thank you all for having me. I had such a great time talking about Boba and learning more about. Hey, I'm from Texas. I love all these places. I have no idea, but I'm taking notes. One day I'll visit and
if you're ever in Cincinnati.
Yes. So no, thank you for having me. You guys can find me on Twitter at Norhal and Instagram on Norhal at Norhal and at Norhal Music. I'm also on TikTok and YouTube. And my YouTube channel is Nor-Hal. Don't forget the hyphen, like Spider-Man. It's just acoustic and music videos, and on my Twitter I have my link tree in my bio with all my different pursuits and contributions. I'm a happy contributor of the Geeky Waffle, so yeah.
She is all over the place, just like our Maggie of the town. Just they're everywhere.
Yes.
They're global people. They are global. They are that big. For the rest of us, Josh, Kyle, myself, Maggie, you can find us all right there. Social medias. Right in there. Yeah, we'll do the fun pointy thing
there
at odd angles.
All the stuff.
You can find us
Venmo
there.
Specifically is the best place to reach me.
Cash App, whatever you got, go ahead, hit it up. We've loved having you guys on tonight. We thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. Love talking about Book of Boba Fett. We got 3 episodes left. Really hoping for some really, really good episodes here in the next 3 and just crazy stuff flying off the rails. So thank you all for joining us. As always, may the Force be with you.
Follow me and comment on my bread.
Your bread.
My actual bread, not money.
Oh my. Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
This is Justin.